Have you bought some of these really big bulbs from Home Depot or somewhere else, and you're wondering how to put them into xLights? I want to quickly go through three methods that you can use in xLights to place these on your layout. Conventionally, we used to recommend, and we still do, is just using a single line model. So you just drag out a single line, give it a name. I'll call it RBL 1. Set it to be 1 pixel. Come down to appearance. Set it to be blended circle. Make it really big now, just so we can see it. And for me, it's going to be bigger than that. Let me go 100. There you go. Get the idea. So you could put one of these in your show to represent your bulb or your flood or anything like that that has a single pixel. Note, I will cover at the end of this video how you could put it as a group of pixels working as one. So sometimes you'll replace the innards with a group of 4 pixels, 7 pixels, 12 pixels, etc. I'll show you that at the end. Method number 2 is to create a custom model. So let me go create a custom model, and that is this one. Now, I don't have the example that somebody in the Zoom room brought in, but I'll get you started with what he had, and you'll get the idea. So I'm going to model data. I'm going to make this 10 by 10, and then what you do is you put in this. Just use the number 1 to represent the bulb. Now I'm no artist, but you get the idea of what we're doing here. And that guy, that guy, that guy. Maybe bring it in there. Bring it in there, in here, and one, one, one. Gonna get rid of that guy. And you get the idea. You could fill all these in to make it look like a bulb. All right, so this is another method, and I'm not gonna bore you with doing it all, but you get the idea. Click OK, and now you have something that looks like a bulb. Now, if you're hanging the bulbs as opposed to doing that, remember, don't rotate this anchor thing. Leave the anchor up the way it is. Go into model data and right click, horizontal flip. Nope, I'm always wrong. Vertical flip. There we go. And click OK. Now you have a hanging bulb. All right, so you get the idea. You can spend a little more time to make it a little more good looking or whatever. The other option is this one here is to use an image model. This is very common for things like a blow mold, another common use case here. So we drop an image model in there. Let's grab the image. And I grabbed images here. There, you see the image from the web page. Note that I had to edit the image to make it transparent. I had to remove the white background. I hope I've done that. I think that's the one that I have. Yeah. So I removed the white background. You can see that. That's kind of important. Otherwise, it looks kind of silly. Now, a couple of cool things here. You can do with the image, you can say when it's off, it's 80%. When it's on, it'll be this brightness. But you go an extra step here and go to string properties, change it to RGB nodes, and that should work there. And if you create a new sequence, click OK. And I didn't remember what I called it. I just called it image. Let's rename it to say RBL image so we know the difference. Let's save that sequencer and should have RBL image here. There you go. If I put a on effect here, you get an on effect. Now, it's not perfect. What it is it's changing everything to be white. So this green will, the base will have a little bit of, it'll show through if you want to call it that. If I go back to the default, if I go red, you can see it's a red image. And if I go to the house preview and pull that out, you get the idea. I mean, that's kind of cool. It looks like a bulb. I make a bars effect in here so you can see it switching. It's not perfectly accurate, but you get the idea. Red, green, blue. So you can have that actively working in your show, in your layout. Okay, it's just a image representation. Now, the last part of this is what happens if you actually have multiple pixels inside of this prop. That's called using a group count. Most controllers have group count, but not all do. So because of that, you have to place these props onto a controller first so that xLights knows whether or not your controller has that functionality. So I've got a fake little Ethernet one here. So I'm going to put that on there. It's always the same. So I'll just do the one. So I did RBL image. You come back to the layout, sorry. Click on your prop here and you can set group count right here. Click, set group count. And say you've got 7 pixels in there working as one. Remember, it's only 1 pixel, but now it's times 7 as far as the controller is concerned. So that is called group count. And just to finish this off and tie it in a bow, let you know that you can come in here as well, right click and set group count. You can set it right here as well. Okay. So set it to 4 if you want to update. Note for a Falcon, I don't believe any other controllers do it this way, but at least for the Falcon, if you have something after it, you got to be sure and come back and specifically set the group count back to 1. Otherwise, the value that you had here, group count of 4, notice in the text there at the bottom 4, will carry over to this one. So be sure and reset the value back to 1, all right? And yeah, that's it. So if you've got any of these RBLs, or we like to call them really, really big bulbs, those are those even bigger ones than the 12-inch one. These are the 3-foot one. This is 3 methods you can use to represent them on your layout. You got the single line for one node. You can make a fancy custom model like that, or you can have the image on your screen here like that. Not sure why it doesn't show it. Maybe it doesn't show it because it's off. I'm not sure, but I thought it would show it. I'll look into that. But it was there, so trust me, we saw it on the sequencer and in the when we played the sequence. All right, have a great day. See you in the Zoom room. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always, and hope your shows are all going well. And have a great day. Bye now.